Hi, this is Mitchell with Advanced RV. Today we're going to take a look at Poppy, which is a newly completed B-Box for our friends Ron and Jan. Ron and Jan have owned multiple Advanced RVs, and the way they like to travel is one trip a year that's 4 months long, 3 or 4 months long. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways that Poppy makes a 4-month road trip possible. The first way that Poppy makes 4-month-long road trips possible is that it's a 4-season vehicle. 4-season means it can travel and provide comfort in hot and cold climates. So it does that in a couple different ways. For one, the B-Box material itself is a super insulated box. If you take a look, it's a fiberglass material that is sandwiching a dense piece of foam. So what that allows is a hyper-insulated living space that keeps it cool in the summer and warm in the wintertime. So the second way that Poppy makes long road trips possible is that it has a lot of off-grid technology. Off-grid to us means not plugging in and a certain freedom that you have to wander off and not worry about needing to fill up on water or, like I said, plugging in. So the big thing that I want to show you is Poppy's got a 48-volt lithium battery system tucked underneath the chassis here. This is a 48-volt battery system that we've developed and built here at Advanced RV. It's a lithium battery system, and at 48 volts, it's about 17 kilowatt hours of capacity, which, you know, if you're running the air conditioner, you can run the air conditioner for multiple days without ever having to charge the battery again. So imagine you're on the trip for 4 months and the seasons are changing and it starts to get cold. The first thing you worry about are your tanks and your plumbing. These tanks are enclosed in enclosures underneath the chassis that are temperature controlled and heated. The freshwater tank is on this side. It's 50 gallons of fresh water and it's heated by the furnace. So Cadence, if you look under the van here, I'm gonna go to the other side and show you the diesel-fired furnace. So underneath the vehicle, located right here, is a furnace that takes a little bit of diesel fuel, about 1/10 of a gallon an hour, to heat a glycol mixture that both provides hot water, warm air in the coach, and it heats all of the elements like the plumbing and the tanks to allow this vehicle, when it's transitioning into the wintertime on a long trip, that keeps all of the systems healthy. People ask if we have propane generators on our builds often. Propane generators are how a lot of manufacturers charge the battery system. We don't put propane on our builds. Instead, we put a high output secondary alternator tucked up underneath the engine that charges the lithium battery system anytime your engine is running. So anytime you're driving or anytime you're running the van in high idle at a campground. With the combination of the high capacity lithium battery system with second alternator charging, I've gone on cross-country road trips, weeks on the road, without ever having to plug in, without ever needing solar or any kind of generator other than the engine running itself. The third and final reason I'll share that Poppy makes long road trips possible is that it's just comfortable in there. So we're finally gonna go inside the van and I'll tell you what I mean. So Poppy is spacious and it's comfortable, and Ron and Jan travel with their Springer Spaniel Duke, and the 3 of them in all of their travels need this space to live with one another for long months at a time. In the B-Box is nice because the square walls allow more space than a cargo van. It's about 6.5 feet wide and about 80 inches tall, so about 6'8" tall. The beds are comfortable. They wanted these mattresses special ordered. You know, we have a full upholstery shop and usually we make latex and foam bed. They wanted to spec out these beds here for themselves. They don't bring a ton of bikes or surfboards or adventure gear with them, so they didn't go for garage space, but there's still plenty of space here for storage. There's a lot of room underneath the beds that they'll use, and there's shoe storage. There's a lot of pantry and cupboard storage for them to travel with lots of supplies while they're on the road. And the last thing I'll say about comfort too is comfort also involves peace of mind. And what Ron and Jan are going to get while they're traveling is Advanced RV's backing and support. So at any point in time, if anything happens, they know that they can call us. They'll call Frank, and Frank will talk them through whatever issues that they might be experiencing. And one thing that they wanted in particular was easy access to, troubleshooting material. So at head level, you've got your fuses and your circuit breakers. You've got your surge protector there. Plumbing components are easily accessible underneath the sink. And that way, when they're calling us and if anything's going wrong, Frank can quickly walk them through and help them get right back on the road and enjoying their travels again. Thank you for tuning in today. There's a lot to Ron and Jan's design that we didn't cover, but this is their custom B-Box Poppy with a lot of things that fit them in their way of travel. See you next time.